To make chocolate domino biscuits. All you need to do is take 100 grams of unsalted butter and pop it into a food processor with 150 grams of plain flour. And then just briefly blitz to a fine breadcrumb consistency. And then into this, a tablespoon of cocoa powder, pinch of salt, 75 grams of golden caster sugar, and 1 egg beaten. And then just blitz to form a doughy consistency. So it's come together as a nice smooth dough. So just take this out and tip onto a board. Using a little bit of flour on your hands, just roll into a nice smooth ball. And you'll find this easier if you actually cut it in half and work it in 2 separate halves. Get a piece of greaseproof paper and roll out on top of there, and it makes it much easier because it can be quite sticky and soft. And just roll to about a thickness of a pound coin. Trying to keep into an approximate rectangle shape as well. And then just pop onto a tray and put it in the fridge for about half an hour for the dough to firm up, which will make it much easier to cut when you need to. Now you can either repeat the process with this extra piece of dough or wrap it in some cling film and keep it in the fridge or even the freezer and use it at a later date. Now this one is nice and firm, so it's much easier to cut at this stage. So take a sharp knife. You just want to trim into 3 centimetre strips. Slice down from the top to the bottom using the tip of your sharp knife. And then cut each strip into 6 centimetre long biscuits. And you can keep any trimmings and add it to the rest of that dough and use it at a later date as well. So as you can see, these are starting to take shape into being rectangular biscuits. So just spread them apart on the tray so they're not sticking together. And this is why you need the dough to be nice and cold, because it's easier to manoeuvre at this stage. And then taking your sharp knife, just score through the centre of each biscuit, and don't push all the way through, but you just want to do the line across the top of the biscuit so it looks like a domino. And then you can add your coloured chocolate sweets on top so they look like dominoes, and this is where the children will really enjoy getting involved. So you can choose whichever number you want to on each one. Now these are really fun and colourful, and the kids will really enjoy them. Now some of the colour will go on top of the chocolate sweets, but they still look really good and the effect is there of dominoes. And these are ready to bake in a 180-degree oven for 15 minutes until the chocolate biscuits are nice and crunchy. Once the biscuits are cooked, remove and sit on a wire rack to cool completely. Now these make really great gifts for the children to give to their friends, whether they put them in a nice little gift box or a paper or plastic cup wrapped with some tissue paper. Or of course you can enjoy them just as they are. And that's how you make chocolate domino biscuits.